educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the July 22nd, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to give us a call at 877-927-6648. Would love to hear from you. If you can't call in, though, you can always send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tigers Den. Well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, you get all the U.S. indices trading at the downside. Dow's off 117 points, about 0.4%. S&P about 1% or 37 points. NASDAQ 100, 1 8/10 or 228 points. Russell's off 1.5%, 27 points. The trannies are off 0.25%. The semis are down 2 7/10% out there. So we've got things to look at. Trading to, you got gold up 12 bucks, silver back 14 pennies, light sweet crude is flat. You've got natural gas is not flat. It's up 36 cents, threatening to continue to move higher. And the 30-year Treasury is up basically 2 points straight out at 142.10. Lead the charge dollar-wise, the upside. You've got HCA Healthcare up 22 bucks or 12%. Sam Adams, Boston Beer up $12.50, 3.7%. Novanta, it's up 11.50, 8% plus. AMTD Digital up 53%. To the downside, SVB Financial up 69 bucks, 16%. That's a big schnooker. Intuitive Surgical down 12 bucks. We looked at that yesterday. It's off nearly 6%. Facebook, Meta Platforms down 13 bucks, 7%. Out there, Seagate Technology, we also looked at that. It looks like a big stinger to the downside, 9%. Trading out at 76 bucks, even Steven. So where do we want to begin? I'll tell you where we begin. Let's go begin with the NASDAQ 100 out here. So let's change some screens, change our windows here. And what the NASDAQ has done, as you and I have taken a look at over the past couple of days, the NQ has already made the 1-to-1. It's exceeded the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. On these white background charts I'm showing you right here, I can't really draw that pattern in, but I do copy the A to B leg and move it over to the C leg, and then we can see right here that price closed just above, slightly above that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. Now, the reason that's important today is if we do get a bearish reversal candle, you got a bear sash formed right now, then that's going to suggest that we have a short-term top. Now, that short-term top on a daily chart would suggest that price would pull back and target its oscillator and change line. That's currently at 12,013. But before we say and reach that conclusion, we'll first need the end of the day. 110 is not the end of the day. So we need to see where this thing settles out at 5 o'clock tonight. If we take a look at the 5-hour time frame chart, it shows a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there. It is trading, it being the NASDAQ, right into its bullish structured support level of the 5-hour time frame. And that is between 12,337 and about 12,420 out there. I can't see exactly because prices, but really right around the 12,420 level. So prices pulled back to a potential area of support inside the 5-hour time frame chart. We have the same pattern going on the 4-hour time frame chart. A Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, a TD9, no, not a TD9 count. You had a TD9 count top as well. And prices trading into its bullish structured profile. So this suggests, this is the more important one for us right now, the 120-minute time frame chart. And that says if we see a close below 12,401. 12,401, we're 12,409. That's then going to suggest a pullback to 12,272. And I'd say the range would be 12,272, the 4-hour breakout level, and then the bottom of the 5-hour time frame chart. So those would be areas to watch. The 120-minute time frame chart, this has a TD9 count top, and its level of support to watch is 12,373. So 12,373 is another number. And I apologize to give you all these numbers, but we're looking at multiple time frames out here. Each time frame is going to have perhaps a different picture. Well, really a different picture out there. And this is really giving us the play-by-play. But we want to watch are these support levels as price pulls back. How does price handle those areas? So we know we've got in that 12,400-ish area on the 4-hour time frame chart at 12,373. Just below that, you've got your breakout level support. If you close below that breakout level of support, well, then we start moving to the 12,337, 12,272 type levels. Now what we're going to try to find out, what else is going on the really short-term time frame charts? Well, turns out on the 60-minute time frame chart, you've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, 12,373 looks like to be its destination, its breakout level. If you look at the 30-minute time frame chart, you are now forming bar number 8 of a TD9 count. This says that between 1:30 and 2:30, right during the middle of Polar's trading show out there, you could see a bottom form on the 30-minute time frame chart. So how you put this together, you're watching the 2-hour, the 4-hour, the 5-hour levels of support out there, maybe even the 60-minute levels of support, and you're watching for that TD9 count bottom to form. Now, it's not a guarantee that it's going to form. We still have to get to at least bar number 9. You've got to get to bar number 9. But what we do have is a lower low right now in this bar, and it's going to be bar number 8. So it qualifies as something to look for. Now, the 15-minute basis, what's trying to occur out here is the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal has been triggered. No bullish reversal candle. On the 10-minute base, if we get really short-term out here, you have a TD9 count bottom that is in place. So I'd say, here's how I'd leave it, and we'll do this. We'll try to come back to this at 2 o'clock. Depends on what questions we're answering and so forth. But I'll be watching a 30-minute chart for the NQ. Now, let's do this too as well. Let's take a look at, let's stay on the same panel here, but let's go see what the market breadth looks like here and for the NQ. The only time frame that has a bearish crossover, this is the NASDAQ 100, is the 60-minute time frame chart. So let's come back to that. So at the 60, what that is telling me at this moment in time is that price should pull back to 12,373 and hold. And the reason is because that market breadth is still bullish. The other 4 time frames out here are bullish as well. And the weekly, that's perhaps maybe the larger picture out here. Well, it is a larger picture. Right now in the weekly, you've got 27 instruments trading above the top of their profile, 16 below. Remember, it's the NASDAQ 100 we're looking at out here. And that's bullish. And it took a lot of work this week in order to make that happen. That suggests, here, I'll just expand this chart out. That suggests that we've got a change in trend that may be taking place for quite some time. The last time we had the bearish crossover on a weekly basis was back on April the 9th. Of course, it's going to be dependent upon 4 o'clock today versus 1:14 in the afternoon, but it is important to note that you do have that crossover. So its weekly is bullish. Let's just simply stay with this larger screen out here. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame shows you've got 54 instruments trading above the top of the profile versus 4 over the bottom. Lastly, we'll finish it off by taking a look at that 4-hour time frame chart right here. You've got 39 above, 15 below. So it does look like if, in fact, the NQ pulls back, test that TD9 count breakout level for the 60-minute time frame, 12,373, that is likely to hold. Not a guarantee, but it is likely to hold. See you both with TFNN.
Of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve and a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's start getting to some of the questions that have come in. The first one was from RJ in Pennsylvania. He's got some gold calls. So RJ, if we take a look at these charts out here, we'll go to a couple different ones. I like that trade, by the way, and I like it for a couple of reasons. Number one, in the case of a gold here, I'll just put the A to B equals CD pattern in here, and you'll see that. So there's really 2 different A to B equals CD patterns that are present when we take a look at gold out here, and both are valid. The left-hand side is a daily time frame chart, so I'm showing you the daily A to B equals CD to downside. Now I've got the weekly chart on the very right-hand side. You can see that pattern as well. On a daily basis, what gold did was it made the 1.618 level. Maybe just it may blow it just a tad. But then yesterday was a nice bullish engulfing candle key reversal session. That confirms that pattern. What you got to deal with here is is where your resistance levels are at. So on a daily time frame, and when I switch over to the white background charts, you're going to see different profiles for the daily basis out there. They're both valid out here, but I tend to rely more upon these, the ones that we're looking at. This is TV's synthetic contract. But at about the 1744 level, that's your first level of resistance, 1766 as well. Price can close above 1766. That's really the number you're looking for. What we will get inside of gold is a change in trend signal. If you look at that left-hand side chart, you can see that gold is not closed above the top of a daily profile since it formed its top out here. So closing above that, again, that's 1766 is really what you want to see, because that would then confirm that we have a change in trend. So you've got that daily bottom patterns out there. There was also a TD9 count bottom that formed a couple of days ago. That still is in place out here. Of course, it doesn't matter whether you have 1 or 2 bottoms. One bottom is just fine out there. If you look at the weekly time frame chart, and the reason why I went ahead and put the black background charts up there, RJ, for you to take a look at, is we also have a consolidation pattern. That was drawn in a long time ago. And what price did was it moved down and it's tested, and so far rejected that consolidation level. It was also a nice big bullish hammer candle that we had out here. This was the week that began August 9th of 2021. And so that low is really important at 1702.40. It's been tested and rejected. Now, what we don't know is whether or not this means that, okay, you couldn't bust out the lows of consolidation. Now it's time to run it all the way back up to the top at 2074. It could mean that. But the first thing that's got to fall is going to be that 1766 level. So let's go change over into the white background chart, see if there's any additional information. Well, certainly there is that we can provide to each of you out here. So if we take a look at a 60-minute time frame chart, bottom left, you've got a TD9 count top. Price right now is testing that green oscillator and change line is slightly below that. If it stays below that, that suggests that gold can pull back to 1719.40, even 1713.70. The 30-minute time frame chart, I don't have a confirmed topping signal here just yet, so we're relying on the 60-minute time frame chart. The 50-minute chart, I do have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That suggests that price would test that 1722 level. So the 60-minute says 1719, the 15-minute says 1722 out there. And all that would likely come to fruition if price closed below 1725.60. That comes from the 10-minute time frame chart out there. Now, in a 4-hour time frame, you do have a bar number 8 of a TD9 count that could form, but we're not going to have that confirmation until Sunday out here. This bar closes, bar number 8 is going to close at 2, and that puts us into the end of the trading session out there. But you do have resistance at 1742. That's coming from your 4-hour time frame chart, and the 1742 from the 5-hour chart. So let's summarize this. 1742 is a pretty significant level. That's your TD9 count breakdown area. And 1744 was the bottom of that daily profile that we looked at on those other charts. So that's where your battle is at. Don't know who's going to win that battle. I suspect that the buyers will eventually win that battle. But you could see a pullback as we've just gone through. So I hope that helps you out. RJ in Pennsylvania, thanks so much for the request, and best of luck to you on that trade. Next question coming in from Jimmy inside the Tiger's Den. Jimmy wanted to take a look at ticker symbol HRL. Is that Hormel? I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm going to get that on my other charts to see if there's anything else out there. So HRL, I know it could mean Hurl, but we're not going to go there. I think it is Hormel. Yeah, it's Hormel Foods. Now, I don't recall what the request was, so we're just going to take a look at the charts out here. So what's Hormel doing? You know, formed a nice wave number 7, Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, way back here in the middle of June. Price has made its way up and found resistance at a top of a daily profile. You've just got a consolidation, Jimmy, going on right now. Now, there is a new daily no, you don't have a new daily profile to form. The price is consolidating between 47.07 and 48.28. So just your good old-fashioned consolidation. On a weekly basis, you've got a nice bottom as well, TD9 count bottom. Price did get up and tested its green oscillator and change line last week. Right now, what it's testing, it looks like to me, it's testing the top of its weekly profile. So as long as price remains above that, you're in pretty good shape here too. So that's tested support. It's really traded between support at 46.99 and resistance, which is that oscillator and change line, at about the 48.51 level. On a monthly time frame, you've got wave number 7. Price pulls back, tests, and holds the. So this is where a counter trend rally would find support, because price had closed above for 2 consecutive months, above the top of its bearish structured monthly profile. So this says if it was just a counter trend move inside of Hormel, where it would find support is at 47.14. Now, folks, what we look at here is the body of the candle. That is the essence of price. These lower and upper shadows or wicks, whatever you want to refer to them as, are nothing more than the screaming memes. They're just the emotional aspects of what took place during that time period. So Hormel looks pretty good. You've just got a consolidation in the daily time frame. You've got your level of resistance at 48.51 when it comes to the weekly time frame. So Jimmy, I hope that helps you out. Best of luck to you there. Johnny wanted to take a look at the GDX. So let's go take a look at the GDX out here. We'll look at our multiple set of time frames. If we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, the monthly time frame chart says the GDX could be targeting 2210. If you look at the weekly time frame chart, we don't have a bottom signal out here, so that says that price could be headed lower as well. If you look at the daily time frame chart on the GDX, I'm going to expand this out. What you're not going to see here is any kind of confirmed bottom. Yeah, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. There's no way this is not a TD9 count. It was bar number 7 that made the low out there. So you don't have a confirmed bottom. In order to get a confirmed bottom, because that Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal is triggered there, you need to see a bullish reversal candle. That's what's going on inside the GDX. If we look at intraday time periods out here, what do we see? What do we see of significance? What we see of significance is on a 15-minute basis, you got a TD9 count bottom that forms. If price closes on a 15-minute basis below 25.60, then 25.52 would be the next stop. Now, we're taking a look at that, and I do not want to be disingenuous. So the GDX has not given us the bottom signals. However, and this is a however, what we're going to do here is change over to the indice charts. I'm going to expand out the XAU. because the XAU has given us a bottom signal out there. And you can see that this has similar patterns. However, what this did was this formed a bullish hammer candle, and it did that on the trading session of, a moment here, it did that on the trading session of July the 15th. And that confirmed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. And now price is above that oscillator and change line. So this is a suggestion, the XAU is suggesting to you and me that price wants to make its way up to the 111.58 area. So, Jimmy, I hope that helps you out. Oh, Johnny. I know it was Johnny. Yeah, it was Johnny that had asked about that. I hope that helps you out. Thanks for the request, and best of luck to you. The next question came in from Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Dan wants to take a look at ticker symbol SVRA. So we're going to do that as soon as we get back from the break. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN, 877-927-6648, or you can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Put in the subject heading radio show question, just like Alton did. And we're going to go take a look at Rio Tinto in a short period of time. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, we've got the Dow trading off about, come on, what's going on here? 180 points, S&P down 46, NASDAQ 102.55, Russell's off 33 points. We're taking a look at ticker symbol SVRA. That is Savara Inc. out here. And Dan, I like the look of the chart. Now, here's what's taking place out here. This, you can see the A to B. You can see the stair step on the daily time frame to the upside out there. Higher highs, higher lows. Beautiful thing. A to B equals CD patterns that are present. And so that A to B equals CD pattern was confirmed with a sell the D point on July the 12th out there. And it did that when it formed that bearish engulfing candle. What then took place over the next 2 trading sessions, price pulled back and tested support. And support was the bottom of the profile at 170. And so it gave you these see it, don't want to be it kind of a message out there. And now you've got just simply a consolidation. Now there's a new profile that is formed. It's hard to read here. Let me give you the numbers, Dan. That profile is from 177 at the bottom. 179 is the center, and the top is 185. You can see a little bit, although it's not drawn in here, you can see a descending trend line as well that you've got going. But price has held the support level. If price did close below 177, that would be telling us about further retracement. Obviously, you're going to use the prior low out there as a price target. You don't have that message here as we speak. On a weekly basis, what price has done is installed at its breakout level of 183. Now, you closed above it 2 weeks ago, came back below it last week. I don't know where we're going to close this week, but 2 consecutive closes, Dan, above 183 suggests that this goes to target its high volume high on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. I don't know what took place on March the 16th. This is the week of March. They ended March 19th, but this went ahead and got all the way up to $3.58 out there. So that may be where it's gunning for. Watch 183. And really it's taken out the high of last week because of that bearish engulfing candle. So what this really needs to close above in order to get its mojo back is the 188 level. So I hope that helps you out with regard to SVRA. And thanks so much for the request. And Jimmy, I had to take a phone call. I did cover Hormel out there. So yeah, please listen to the replay. It probably will be posted in about an hour or so. If we get any time here, and I don't know that we will, then I can try to come back to it there pretty quickly. In the meantime, let's go to the next request. That is from Nancy. Nancy wants to take a look at Apple. So let's get that up on our screen here. Now, I believe Apple has got a bearish reversal candle right now. Don't know whether it will at the end of the day, but if it does have a confirmed bearish reversal candle, then you're going to have a sell the D point pattern for Apple. So we'll take a look. Right now you've got a bearish engulfing candle. You can see the A to B equals CD pattern. It was more than a 1-to-1 and out here. And you have an oscillator and change line that changed colors here recently. So what does that mean? For those of you that are longtime listeners in the show, you already know what that means. Where's Apple headed to? Where's Apple headed to if we get that confirmed sell the D point? And you're absolutely right. It's headed to its green oscillator and change line and also towards the top of that daily profile. And that's in the 147.55, 148.21 level out there. It's going to be dependent upon what the end of day looks like. That would be the next potential buy point inside of Apple. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, it's a beautiful thing. You've got a nice TD9 count bottom. Price closed above its oscillator and change line last week. You're still above that level. This suggests that longer term, Apple wants to continue to move higher. And that TD9 count monthly pattern out there, that top, simply pulled back, tested support. You did close below it in the month of June, but you're back above that level in July. In fact, this is really suggesting that Apple wants to make a move up to the 168.79-ish area. But in the meantime out here, Nancy, it does look like you're going to get a confirmed short-term top, and price should make its way back towards that 147.55-ish area out there. So I hope that helps you out, and thanks again for the request. Let's go to the next request out here. This one's coming in from Alton, and Alton wanted to take a look at Rio Tinto, so let's get that up on the screen, and Devon Energy. So as we take a look at Rio, this will populate here momentarily. What Rio Tinto is doing is what? It's trading out at 57.59 as we speak. And what it did was it's an interesting stock chart out here. So you've got wave number 7, letter G. That's what formed the bottom out here. And then you get a gap to the upside, but the gaps on Rio Tinto, I think, are more related to currency than they are anything else. So we're not going to focus in on the gaps. But what price did here, even though you've got that nice daily bottom signal, is price ran right into resistance. And resistance was the bottom of that daily profile. And the bottom of that daily profile is 58.59. And so it's really kind of a neutral signal that we have right now because really resistance is held and price above the oscillator and change line, and you've got a bottom. Now, what this could be signaling is price is going to pull back to test that red oscillator and change line around 55.63. When we look at a weekly time frame chart, there's no A to B equals CD pattern is completed, and there's no bottom signal on that time frame. So that suggests, let's simply expand out the chart out here. Let's just make sure. Yeah, so this is suggesting that what price intends to do is get back to the 51.69 level. Now, Alton, of course, that can't happen until the lows of the Wave 7 pattern get busted, meaning it closed below. And that's, again, that's at 53.83 out there. 53.83. What did I say? Hold on a minute. 53.83. And I said 51.69. Okay, so if it does close below that Wave 7 bottom, then you're looking at a move to the 51.69 area. I'm not saying that's where it's going to stop. I'm saying that's where it would move to. And again, on the monthly time frame chart, the suggestion here is, so I'm curious, on a monthly basis, the swing point that it's dealing with, it was from November of 2021 at 76 million shares. We're on the July 21st, and you are at 60 million shares. And on a daily basis, this does on average about 4 million shares, 4 million shares. So this may have the volume to confirm a monthly A to B equals CD to the downside. Now, I don't know where that takes us, but I would say the target would be 44.11 out there. So that's what I see. We take a look at the Rio Tinto Alton. Let's go take a look at Devon Energy. Ticker symbol there is DVN. So let's go see what this has to say. DVN. And DVN, Devon Energy, trading right now at 55.39. It is trading above the top of its daily profile. It is trading below the bottom of its monthly profile. It had a TD9 count top. It pulled back and tested and rejected its oscillator and change line. So what's all that mean? The monthly chart here is bullish and will remain. Well, it's bullish. It's bullish to neutral, really neutral, but bullish to neutral. Price pulled back, did what it was supposed to do after a TD9 count. Pulls back, tests and rejects that green oscillator and change line, 51.95. On a longer term basis, that would be a buy point. If you look at the weekly time frame chart, I don't have a bottom, but we do have a hammer candle that formed a couple of weeks ago out there. But price still finding resistance at that bottom of that weekly profile. What you'd love to see take place today, Alton, is a close above that level. That level is 55.75. What if it doesn't close above it? Well, then it says potential problem. It says you don't have synergy in an energy stock. And you want synergy, right, in an energy stock. Daily time frame, confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern out there. So that's a beautiful thing. It could be that there's an A to B equals CD pattern that's underway that would look like this. The A to, I'm just going to draw the A to B pattern out here, and then we'll go from there. So the A to B is going to be this one. And then the pullback right now would be the low of yesterday at this stage of the game, especially with the top of that profile. This is suggesting that what Devon Energy wants to do is get up into the 63.51 level out there. So that's a likely outcome as we speak. The pullback so far today is on fairly light volume, 10 million shares. When it made and it's going against, well, it's going about, it's 3 million shares. My apology. 3 million shares today, going against basically 10 million shares to the upside, 8 million shares a couple days ago to the upside. So this is a light volume pullback inside of Devon Energy. We like this stock chart better than we did Rio Tinto for sure. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back.
TFNN has been your trusted source of analysis for bonds, metals, stocks, commodities, and options for years. And we are happy to announce that we are bringing that same caliber of analysis for the Forex market. Teddy Keckstad has 30-plus years of experience in Forex trading, commodity risk management, Forex hedging, volatility, and so much more. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex report every Monday morning with elite coverage of all major currency pairs, including the DXY, Euro dollar, Pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar yen, dollar Swiss franc, and so much more. Teddy will recommend specific trades when the market presents them and provide updates throughout the week when warranted. For the month of July, inaugural members to the Tiger Forex Report will receive 25% off the monthly subscription for as long as they're subscribed. Just use promo code TEDDY25 to lock in the added savings. This offer is good only for the month of July, so do not miss your opportunity to save on the Tiger Forex Report. TFNN, educating investors.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to take a look at the chart here for Nike. This is for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. So, Dan, we can see on the daily basis, this formed a wave number 7 and Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Wave number 7 came in on July 1st. The very next day was the confirmation of that Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. This is now turned into an A to B equals CD to the upside. It was more than a 1-to-1 price projection. But what price was doing was running, whoops, did not mean to do that. Let me try to get rid of the line out here. What price was doing, Dan, and this is where these profiles come into play. Just helps us understand where buyers and sellers are at. In this case here, because price was below that, the buyers actually became sellers, or support became resistance. And that's exactly what took place at the 111.51 area. Now what you've got is a bearish engulfing candle. It does look like by day's end this will likely hold, and therefore you have a sell the D point pattern. So your only target here at the downside, you're really two targets to the downside, from a daily perspective, would be the oscillator and change line. That's at 105.36. And if it gets below that, then it would likely go at least test the top of the swing point from July 1st out there, and that high is at the 102.50 level. If you look at the weekly time frame chart, you have a nice confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Price is trying to close above its weekly oscillator and change line. So let's take a look at this here. This is important to take a look at. So since the high, since this wave number 7, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed, that was confirmed in November. The signal took place on November 5th, but the confirmation did not come until November 26th. But since that period of time, price has been unable to, other than just by a smidgen, close above its oscillator and change line. And right now we are above that. And what I would say, Dan, is that even though the daily suggests a pullback out here, the weekly is suggesting what Nike should do is get up to test the top of that profile, 116.53 out there. So that's what's coming from the weekly chart. The monthly chart, no bottom at all. In fact, the monthly chart suggests 84.11. And with this, and so many of these charts are really kind of similar, in that we can see where the monthly's got tops, prices pulled back. We might even have a confirmed A to B equals CD to downside in Nike. The A to B equals CD pattern I'd have to use for the B point and the C point, the exact same candle. And that's the one from March the 1st out there. And there was 201 million shares out there. So price is not past that level with more than 201 million shares. But nonetheless, it does look like what Nike eventually wants to do is pull back to about 84.11. That suggests to me that we're going to see a bounce in this marketplace, because the daily bottom, the weekly bottom that we have inside of Nike. Now, clearly, Nike's going to have a daily top out there, short-term top. But the weekly chart is one that is really signaling to us we should expect further rally out here. And then maybe we get that swoosh to the downside, the Nike swoosh to the downside, that sets up the eventual significant bottom. That may not be for another 6-7 months out here. But that's what's going on. We take a look at Nike. I hope that helps you out. I know it wasn't really a request, but it was discussed in the Tiger's Den, and I am out of requests out here. None by email, none inside the Tiger's Den. I did see folks talking about Snap. Why don't we just simply go take a look at Snap out here now? Big gap to the downside, trading near its lows. But let's just go see if we can figure out where Snap may be headed to. So take just a moment here for these charts to populate. And on Snap, you got a big gap to the downside. Now, that's confirming a sell to D point for sure. So you can see the A to B, B to C, C to D. It certainly was at least a 1-to-1. Now you've got certainly a really bearish reversal candle out here. But what is it doing? Well, Snap actually has some potential. If you look at the monthly time frame chart, this is going to be the bar following bar number 9. Now, what this suggests is that price should find on a monthly basis, should form a bottom sometime this month. Well, the month is not over. Doesn't mean that it will. Doesn't mean, it doesn't guarantee that it will. And in fact, next month, price is trading below that. Snap will be headed lower. But you've got that on a monthly basis. You've got that nice pattern out here. Now what you're really waiting for, because is you're waiting for, you can see that on a weekly chart, prices triggered a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So what that is suggesting that if you do get a bullish reversal candle from a weekly time frame, then that's going to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, along with perhaps a TD9 count monthly bottom out there. So Snap may have some potential. There is nothing on a daily time frame chart that I'm looking at that suggests a buy out there. But I continue watching this, most certainly, out here because of that monthly TD9 count. That's how it topped, right? And so it topped with a TD9 count. Probably everybody thought Snap was going to the moon. And not, we pay attention to these TD9 counts. And folks, if you'd like to learn the pattern, and you should want to learn the pattern, just subscribe to Mastering Probability. You can do it for 29 days. Doesn't cost you anything out there. And you're going to learn a lot of great tools that are definitely going to assist you with your trading out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Snap out here. I do see G Motion wants to take a look at Tesla. So let's take a look at TSLA. Having a nice day. My recollection is this is going to continue or should continue higher. It formed some nice, I believe it was some nice bottom patterns. We might have looked at this yesterday, but the question is, if we take a look at Tesla, you've got a call spread, 820, 825. Thanks, no problem, you don't have time. Well, we got the time. So in the case of Tesla, Tesla's got what out here? What's it got going for it? So in the case of Tesla, I see the A to B equals CD pattern that was confirmed with that bullish piercing candle May the 27th out here. Price above the oscillator and change line. It's above. It's in a weekly bullish structured profile. So on a weekly basis, G Motion, this is suggesting what Tesla wants to do is move up to 903.56. Now that's its next target. When we look at the daily time frame chart out here, we don't see any kind of a topping signal. If anything, price, let me see what the volume was yesterday. TSLA. Price took out a prior swing point. That prior swing point was, give me a second, was from the trading session of June 2nd. That had volume of 31 million shares, and yesterday it was taken out with 47 million shares. No topping signal as we speak, and you're in bar number 6. Maybe you get some type of short-term top next week, but it does look like Tesla wants to continue to move higher, with the 903.56 area being the next likely logical price target. So G Motion, I hope that helps you out with regard to your trade out there, and thanks so much for the request. Stevie, if you look at this, I got a call spread. Have time. Consolidation pattern is right in the middle. Of course. I don't see a consolidation pattern. I don't see a consolidation pattern. If there was a consolidation pattern, and it's the weekly chart, I'll just pull up the weekly chart, less noise, easier to perhaps put in here, then this is what you're looking at. So on the consolidation pattern, let's draw this in. Let me get to my draw tool. That wasn't it. Maybe here, a rectangle. So the consolidated bottom is easy to see, right? And I'm just going to get the approximate bottom. And so the question was this a consolidation? Where's the consolidation? Really probably about right there is a consolidation. So all we really need to do, right about that range, is we can take this consolidation, we can move it up here. It's pretty much about right there. And voila, look what this tells us when we take a look at the weekly time frame chart. The breakout of the consolidation, G Motion, when you do break out of a consolidation pattern, what it offers us is a measured move that's equal to or greater than a consolidation. So you're the one that noted it. I just noted it on the screen, what you wrote in there. And now the consolidation pattern takes us up towards that 903.56 level out there. So I think you've got all the indication that that's where price wants to head to out there. And that is in the case of Tesla. Of course, ticker symbol there is TSLA. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a few minutes.
Vista Gold owns and operates the largest undeveloped gold project in Australia, the Mount Todd Gold Project. Vista Gold just completed their feasibility study, resulting in a 7 million ounce gold reserve. Vista Gold has all major permits approved and has retained CIBC capital market assistance in evaluating alternatives and in completing an accretive transaction. Vista Gold trades on the NYSE American and TSX under the ticker symbol VGZ. Vista Gold, executing a strategy to create shareholder value.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Bioxyl Therapeutics. BTAI is a ticker symbol. This is for Bob inside the Tiger's Den. Bob is looking for this to pull back to about 1468. So, Bob, what we do have, I like the stock. You don't have a confirmed top or anything on the daily time frame. What we do have is kind of a good old-fashioned consolidation. Now, the bottom is the one that's been tested and is held in 1512. So you're looking for 1468. I'd watch the 1512 level. I'm not saying price can't spike below that area, but that would line up in essence with your thinking out there. Now, if 1512 fails to hold, or if volume is pulling back, let's say as it gets down to that area with more than 325,000 shares, that's the volume that was on this candle right here from July 12th, then that may fail if it's coming down with volume. But if it's coming down with light volume out there into the 15-12 area, I'd consider that and maybe a ladder on into a trade. Now, price ran into, where did price run into resistance? Well, it happens to also be at the bottom of its monthly profile. Now, we like the monthly profile. It has the potential to form a TD9 count bottom. It needs to close the month of July below 2091. So I know as much as you'd like this to run away, actually you'd prefer to get that nice bottoming signal on the monthly time frame. And so you're looking for this to close below 2091 at the end of the month. Then you'd have a TD9 count on the monthly. You have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom on the weekly time frame. You've got a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom on the daily time frame. So in essence, that's what you like to see. I like your thinking out there, and I would watch again that 15-12 area, watch volume as price pulls back. Real quickly here, we don't have but maybe about 15 seconds. Let's go take a look at the NQs. We looked at this to open up the show. We suggested that 373.50 would find support. So far at this stage of the game, it has. That was the 60-minute breakout level. And as we also discussed, you want to tie that into the 30-minute chart that right now has a TD9 count bottom that looks like will form here in the next 4 minutes. So it looks like the NQ is preparing for a bounce, at least for a short period of time in the afternoon, if not throughout the rest of the afternoon. Folks, stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear's up next. Tom O'Brien will bring us on home. I'll see you on Magnificent Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.